Hello everyone, welcome to the second part of the string. In this part, we'll see the formatting of the strings. So we can use different formatting options to write a or organize a string. So there is a old style formatting which we use in the C language. So basically for this type of old formatting style, we can use the modulo operator. So this is written like something like this. So suppose here we have a string, my name is, and suppose I want this part to be replaced by some variable or some value. So I will write here the modulus operator here, and then what is the type of that variable or value. Suppose it is of string, then I will write percentage s, and suppose it is of integer type, then I will write percentage d, and if it is of float type, then I will write percentage f. It is a hexadecimal value, so you can write percentage x, and so on. So there are lots of format specifier we can use here. So basically this format specifier will be replaced by the value written here. So this syntax is the same as in C language, but there is some difference in this part. So here we do not have to write comma as we write in C language, and after the string we have to use the modulus operator here again. And then if it is a single value, there is no problem, but if it is more than one value, we have to provide the values inside a tuple. So after percentage symbol we have to write the tuple, and inside this tuple we can use the variables of values. So these variables value will be replaced here with this respective format specifier. So percentage d will be replaced by 210, and percentage s will be replaced by abc respectively. So we will get this string as a answer. So we can use different format specifier like percentage C for character, percentage S for string, percentage D for integer, and percentage small o for octal values, small x for hexadecimal value in lowercase. That means the A, B, C, D will be written like this. And if we write the capital X, then this will be written in caps letter. Okay. Then we have percentage F for floating value. So these are some important format specifier we can use inside the string formatting using old style formatting. Python also supports the formatting of a string using dot format method. So format method works like by providing some placeholder using curly braces. So these curly braces are work as a replacement fields, and we provide some positional and keyword arguments. Let's see an example. So there are three ways to use the format method. In first method, we just provide the placeholder or parent, the curly braces. So these curly braces will be replaced by the values inside the format method. So if we have three placeholder, we must have the three values. So these three values will be replaced respectively by their placeholders. So this value double A will be typed here or written here, then double B will be written here, and double C will be written here. So this is a called implicit order. That means it follows a by default order. That means the order in which they appear in the format method. So this is the answer. So the syntax is string. We have to write a string. Then inside this string we can use the placeholder using curly braces anywhere of this string, and then we have to use the format method, and inside this format method we can provide a variable or value which we want to put here. Okay, so the answer will be here string A. So basically this part will be replaced by this string. There is another way using positional argument. So in this case, we will just use the positions of the value. So the values could be considered as a index at 0, 1 and 2. So we can use this index value or positional values for specifying or replacing the curly braces. So if I shuffle these 0, 1, 2 here in this case, so the respective value will be replaced. So if I write here 1, so the value at position 1 will be replaced here. So if I write here 0, so the value at index 0 will be replaced here, and the value at 2 index will be replaced here. So the correct answer will be B, B, A, and C, C. There is another method using keyword arguments. In this case, we can specify the keyword's name to replace the respective value. So we can also shuffle these. So in this case, I have used first keyword C, then B, then A. You can use any op options. That means you can use A, B, C, C, B, A according to your need. So in this case, I have used keywords A, B, and C, which has value double A, double B, and double C. So this value will be replaced here, and keyword B will be replaced by its value double B, and keyword C will be replaced by its value double C. So we will get the string this as a answer. So format method have some optional specifications, and they are written inside the curly braces and used with colon symbol. Let's have an example. So we can left justify a string, right justify a string, or align center using these three symbols. Or we can also format our string into integer, binary, and hexadecimal if there are numbers in the strings. And the floating values also can be rounded off, like we have done using old style formatting, like in percentage point 3f. Similarly, we can use in format methods. Let's see some examples. So in first example, I have used the string. So there is a string, and this string, inside this string we have used three curly braces. That means these are the replacement fields, and this colon less than symbol 10 means we want to left justify the string here. And left, for the left justification, we have provided the total width that 10. So the string will be written within 10 width. So there are 10 characters here, and the string will be left aligned because there is a symbol this. So this means we have to align the string to the left side. This symbol means we have to align the string at the mid. So for the, again, the width is the same 10 character. So here there are 6 character string, and remaining 2 characters and 2 characters will be left here. Similarly, for this string, the last string is aligned to the right side. So if I write colon greater than symbol 10, so basically this will align the string to the right side within the width of 10. So within the width of 10, it will be aligned to the right side. So these are the optional part, and if you use, if you want to align your string, you can use it. We can also the format the string if we have the some integer values or decimal values. So in this case, the curly braces will be replaced by the replacement field will replaced by this value. That means first time it will be replaced by 12, as we have used the positional argument and there is just one uh, element at position 0, so this will be replaced here. So first 0 will be replaced, or this will be replaced with 12, and this second part will be replaced with a value again, at value at 0 position, but this value will be converted to the binary because we have written here after colon we have written here b. So slash colon b will convert this string into binary. So equivalent 12's binary is 1100. So this is your answer. Binary representation of 12 is 1100. Similarly, we can convert the string into octal or hexadecimal inside the positional inside this curly braces. So we can write 0 colon b, 0 colon o, 0 colon x. So basically 16 is converted to the binary value. In this case it is converted to octal value, and in this case it is converted to a hexadecimal value. So basically it represents here, this value is represented into exponent format. So basically this is a scientific format to write a floating value. So it stands for 1.56635 into 10 raised to power 3. We can also round off the value using by providing colon symbol and just writing decimal part, the width of the decimal part. So here I have written the decimal part width as a 3. So this value will be considered up to this values decimal part will be considered up to the value up to the third up to the 3 numbers after the decimal. So 1 by 3 stands for 0.333 and like this. So 1 by 3 will results over 0.333. There is also one new style of formatting the string using f-string method. So it works only in the Python 3.6 onwards, and basically f-string literal starts with the character f, and after that we can write the expression inside the string, and this expression part will be converted or evaluated at runtime and replaced by their respective values. So let's have an example of f-string method. So for writing f-string, you have to suffix the string with f character. So I have written f, then inside double quote I have written the braces, and inside this braces I have given a expression. So this expression will be first evaluated. So this 2 plus 3 is a number, so they are evaluated to 5, and then this will be replaced by 5. So the answer is string 5 at runtime. Let's see another example for more understanding. So in this case, I have taken a variable name which has a value James, then last name which has a value Bond, and then I have taken another string code which has a value 007. And if I want to write using formatting of this string using f string method, so I will write f, then after I will write the string, and inside this string I will use the placeholders, that means braces, and inside these braces I will use the variable names. So this is most simple or simpler for us to write this type of uh, syntax. So here I have written hi agent, name, last name, your code is, then code. So this variable name will be replaced with this value, and last name will be replaced by its value, that means bond, and the code will be replaced by this value 007. So basically you just have to careful, you have to provide the variable inside curly braces, otherwise it will not treated as a replacement string. Like in this case, this code is not replaced with 007 because it is not written inside uh, curly braces. If I write this also inside curly braces, so this will also replace with this value 007.